The SS Poseidon is a luxury liner, taking its final voyage from New York City on New Year's Eve. And once it arrives at its destination, it'll be scrapped. But why wait? As the new year rings in, a giant tsunami caused by an earthquake slams into the side of the ship, capsizing it. So now the Poseidon is upside down, filling with water. It's also exploding and all sorts of bad stuff. And a group of survivors are going to have to make their way down, or up, the ship to try and escape this underwater tomb. And that's the plot. What more could you possibly want? The 1970s was the golden age of disaster movies. We had movies like Airport, Earthquake, and The Poseidon Adventure. These movies would feature an ensemble cast and thrilling special effects. They're totally fun. You can turn your brain off, shove popcorn in your face, and root for these innocent characters to work together for survival. But don't confuse this with some Roland Emmerich flick. This isn't so dumb that your brains are gonna ooze out of your skull. This is a very good disaster movie. They do exist. The Poseidon Adventure was nominated for 8 Oscars, and it ended up winning 2. It won Best Original Song for The Morning After, a really catchy song with very fitting lyrics. And you might have guessed, the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Any disaster movie's bread and butter. So yeah, they did alright for themselves. Now what's really cool about this one is the fact that they're trapped inside an upside down boat, filling with water. And so just as well, the sets are all upside down. Which might not sound that cool, but it is. You can't change my mind. It makes everything really disorienting, and it's a perspective you usually wouldn't see. And they did a great job with the set design. The Poseidon Adventure has an all-star cast. You've got the Reverend, played by Gene Hackman, and he's trying to rescue everyone he can. His personal religious views push the narrative of taking control of your own destiny, because God isn't going to save you. You need to save yourself. He's a very complicated character, and I like him a lot. Leslie Nielsen's in this movie too. Back when he was doing serious roles, he plays the captain. And to my surprise, none of this was his fault. He made a very good captain. I'm sorry for ever doubting him. Everyone in this movie is fantastic, actually. Everyone has a standout personality. And you'll be liking some of them more than others, but you don't want anyone to die. That would make you a terrible person. But then I sensed something was wrong. Something changed. My stomach knotted up when I saw him. It's Grandpa Joe. And all I could think was, oh, I hope he dies. But since everyone in this movie is fantastic, I stopped seeing Grandpa Joe. I started seeing Jack Albertson. I was seeing Manny. And I started rooting for him. And his lovely wife. And they're both definitely going to die, but I want them to live. And that's what's so dreadful and captivating about this, is that you know that the less able-bodied people are likely going to drown. And worse yet, they're gonna slow down everyone else, putting everyone at risk. This girl has a panic attack, which is totally understandable, but the survivalist tension is getting worse and worse, and their humanity is being held together by a string. You can bet your ass that I'm invested in these characters. I want everyone to live. I don't actually have a ton of things to say about this movie, but I wanted to give it a shout out because I do really like it. The cast is perfect. The premise, an upside down boat filling with water, perfect. The set design and the visual effects, spectacular. Everything else, it's great. I love it. All of it. It's a great movie, and I highly recommend it. I only have one major complaint, really. The title of the movie sucks. The Poseidon Adventure? It's a horrifying life or death scenario. It's a tragedy. It's like if they named Titanic The Titanic Adventure. It's stupid, and it feels misleading. You might assume they're going to embark on some fun voyage, but no, everyone's drowning. It's awful. It should have been called the Poseidon Disaster, or the Poseidon Escape, or just Poseidon, which is what they named the 2006 remake when they finally got their shit together. It doesn't actually bother me that much, it's just a bad title, but they make up for it by having the coolest poster ever. Look at that. It perfectly captures the essence of this movie. An upside-down boat filling with water. Amen.
There's got to be a morning after. If we can hold on through the night, we have a chance to find the sunshine. Let's keep on looking for